Welcome back. I'm on the Mac today and I'm looking at a program called Claro Read Plus. Now I've downloaded the demo version. Instead of going through each bit of detail on it, I'm going to go through it quickly to show you the key options on it just to get you up and running. So if you want to download the free demo version as well, just go to Claro Read and have a little look. So first thing I need to do is open up Claro Read. Let's have a look. There it is. By the way, can you see Claro Speak, Claro Ideas and Claro PDF and View? These are all extras part of Claro Read Plus, so you can open them up independently. Right, I'm going to click continue. I've got a 14-day trial and we're good to go. Before we start, if you hold the left button and drag it to the very top of the screen, it will lock in out the way. Now if I tap here, you can see it's sitting there where I've got some various options that you can use quickly, including scan from screen check and homophones. And here, I've got the read back feature that will read back for you. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to come back out of there because I want to show the full toolbar so we can see it. But that's really handy when you've got a full application open you're working with and you don't want the bar in the way. So first thing I need to do is open a blank Word document. So the first option we've got on Claro Read Plus is the read back feature. So let's just add some text in there quickly. Let's put some demo text in there, I think. That will do. Now if you click on the beginning, I can now set the play button.
Video provides a powerful way to help you prove your point.
And select stop. Now you can see where this is really handy. If I drag it right to the top, it'll lock in. And then you can click on the beginning of where you want to read back from and select play there.
You can paste in the embed
And click it again to stop. Okay, I'm going to show full toolbar again. So that's the first option. If you don't like the voice, come to the right settings and you can select a voice here and words per minute here by dragging it left or right. Just a quick point, if you can't find a voice, there's quite a lot there. Go to the very bottom and select download more voices and you can actually download voices and try them out. So I've actually pulled this out of the way so you can see. And just tick the one you want and install it and you're good to go. So definitely have a look at that because it's good to use a voice you're actually going to be happy with. We're just not going to use it. Just to let you know by default, when you actually start this up, all this is enabled. I'll tick it for you.
only in Safari.
So as you hover around, it starts speaking back all your toolbars and everything. Now that's good if you've got visual impairment. But for me, I don't want to speak on mouse to hover because it starts speaking back everything that I don't want it to. I prefer to highlight it. So I untick them. Also get rid of echo. So as you type, it will echo the word back you just typed, or character, or sentence. But again, that kind of puts me off. So again, that's your choice. I'm going to untick that. Right, click close. So there's the first option, play. Now we should be able to play back on the internet as well when you're doing research. So let's find somewhere to go. Anywhere we'll go, really, doesn't matter. Tell where we go, just wiki. I know you can't use that as a source, but I just want to read something back. That will do. I'll scroll down. I want to highlight some text, and it should automatically read back for us.
Wrestler to achieve this, he is also the only back-to-back Money in the Bank winner, one Superstar of the Year at the 2000
and select stop. So that'll read back on the internet for you as well. So you can read from a Word document and the internet. Now that brings us to another option when you're doing research. You can scan from a printer scanner. So if you actually scan something off like a book page or journal in paper format, it will scan it into a Word document for you. Just a quick point on the scanning option. You actually go to Launch Read Iris here. If you've already got this installed, it's a Pacific OCR software that you can use as well. Click cancel. So it gives you so much more options as well on there, so bear that in mind. But that's an additional program you don't get free with Claro Read. But you can still use the scan from paper option. If I tap on it, I don't think the actually scanner's connected. But then again, you'll have your device up here. You can choose it top left and then scan off a document into a Word format or just a PDF format if you prefer as well. So that's the first scan option, scan from PDF. Now, if you've got a PDF, which you will do if you're doing a lot of journals, if you're doing a lot of research on journals, I'm going to go to, just as an example, Google Scholar. And I'm going to type anything in really. I just put health, or no, actually, I just put politics in it. And I'm going to look for a PDF on the right here. Let's come down. Let's select that one. Anything would do as an example. So there we go, we've got a PDF. and that could be from a magazine or book or any kind. Looks probably from a magazine, doesn't it? Anyway, I want to convert that into a readable format so I can edit it and have it read back. So what we do is we download it. So come to the bottom and select download, and that will download into my download folder. I can now close that. So now if I minimize this other Word document, I can go to scan. I'm going to scan from a portable document format or file, so you can do JPEGs as well and other formats. There it is. I'm going to double tap it to open it up in Claro. Give it a name, so I just call it test 1 will do. I'm going to save it to my desktop actually, so we can find it. I actually had a tag on it in case I lose it, but it should go on my desktop anyway. There we go, and I want it as a Word document. Make sure you choose the bottom option, which format you want it on. Right, select save. Let it do the rest. You can see it's scanning 2 pages. Let's have a little look, shall we? I'm going to open it up on my desktop, and if I click into it, it's now a standard Word document. Can I just say as well, by the way, if you just open a PDF within a Word document, you can also convert it as well, but I find it's not as accurate. So have a little play with that. So now, if I click on the beginning, I can now have that journal read back for me by selecting play.
The book is divided into 3 sections. The first dealing with the formative,
and select stop. So that's the next option, scan from PDF. While we're in this actual PDF we've converted, you know what else you could do? You could highlight, for example. I won't highlight the whole, I'm just going to highlight just random text and select
framework,
stop. Now, you've got the save audio option there. If I click on it, I can now save the text that I've highlighted, give it a name here, and choose where I want to download it to. Again, I'll do my desktop and select save. So you can create your own audio books out of journals or online information. For example, you might have internal library where you're using JSTOR or WorldCat. If I drag it over, we've now got that audio file and it should play back.
Politics and Shostak Sassoon Kroomhelm £1,980
and quit. And there again, if you want to, you can drop it onto, if you've got an iPhone and Mac, then you know how easy it is to drop it back and forth. Or you can email it or use a cloud to send it to your phone. It's entirely up to you. I'm going to bin that and bin the Word document. So there you go. So there's your scanning option there. Now scan from screen. Let me show you that quickly, as this could be really useful as well. I'm going to go to Google Books as a demonstration. You see where I'm going with this in a minute. So open up Google Books. Now, if you've used Google Books before, then you know it's a bit of a pain when it comes to reading back or grabbing information. There, I spelled politics wrong there. I'm in a hurry. There we go. So I'm looking for a preview. Let's go to the second one. Open that up, and that will give me a preview of that book. Now, if I scroll down, and I say if you've been on here before, then you know you can't assess the text in there. Right. Table contents, there we go. So there's some text there, so try and highlight it or play it back. It won't let me do anything because I can't assess it. So what you do is scan and select scan from screen. Now to that crosshair, hold the left button, and whatever you create a rectangle round, it copies into clipboard and reads it back. Have a listen.
Numerous volumes including Comparative Politics, Theory and Methods.
Now that's great, but you still might want to use that source. So what we can then do is open it up in a Word document. We don't have to open it up actually, we can just paste it, can't we? So if I do Command V, and there's the text. So if you're citing something,
numerous volumes include,
you've got that option to do that as well. So there you go. So that's your scanning option there. And again, Launch and Read Iris is that separate program that you can install that links to here if you want to do various scanning options. I've got another video on my YouTube channel if you're interested in that. So just pop in there, Read Iris 17, and have a look. Right, so that's the scanning done. Now, it's got a dictate option. I'm just going to minimize this. Now, it uses the integrated dictate. So I'm going to click into here and do a new document with Command N. I prefer to do it this way because it does use the built-in one. If you go to Apple, System Preferences, look for the option Keyboard, and come along at the top. Let me move that out of the way for you, right at the top so it's out of the way. Dictation, and make sure it's turned on. Then choose your shortcut key. I've chosen function key to press it twice to bring it up. Choose your headset there. I do recommend using the headset instead of the internal mic. noise cancel. It works so much better. Okay, so if I close that, so what you could do is click into a document. So if I hit the FN key twice, and I'll say a quick sentence. This is a test to see how good the speech to text works on the Mac. Full stop. And I'll click done. And there you go. I think that's better that way because, I mean, you can access dictate here as well within Word. Look. Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. And you can use that option there if you want. But, I mean, it's up to you. I mean, with the shortcut key, double FN key, you can use it on the internet, every application. So it's up to you how you want to work that anyway. So I'm going to get rid of that and don't save. Right, I'm going to bring it up again. Claro Reader at the top, remember? Show toolbar. So, homophones. Now, I don't know whether you struggle with homophones, but I'll give you a demonstration. I'll just show you quickly. It'll take 2 minutes. You can decide whether or not that would be useful. It's words that sound the same, but have different meanings. So, grammar, for example, where, there, to. So, I'll put, there was 2 men. Now, have a look at this. Click on the beginning. I'm going to select the homophone button and select show homophones. Highlights in blue telling me there's other words that sound the same as those words. Am I using the correct words and grammar? And select check. It brings up my homophones. I'm going to drag that to the middle. So there you go. So there.
There.
Am I using the correct there? There's 3
There.
alternatives I could use.
They.
And if I come down to the bottom as well.
Belonging to or associated with the people of.
All you've got to do is hover over it and read back the description for you as well. And also you've got the definition here.
There. Possessive determiner. 1 belonging to or associated.
And also in what context
there was 2 men.
So I want to change that, for example, select change, and it changes it, and then it goes on to the next one, which is 2, and select check. By the way, if you want to check them all, just go spell check and it'll do all your homophones. You don't have to do them one by one. That will show you. And again, this is the one I want.
2.
And it gives you here as well, gives you a visual display of what that word is as well if you're struggling with it. But remember, you hover over
the number 2.
It will read back for you, so I can select change. And there you go, done. Now if I come back up to homophones, I can then select the clear homophone option. Actually, if I highlight them all,
there was 2 men.
And select clear homophones. I know that's the incorrect there anyway, but if you double tap on it anyway, you get the option within Word. But I think it's quite good because it reads back to you as well, so you can verbally hear the word. So that's your homophones. Now, I'm going to close that because we have the spell check and don't save. So we'll do a spell check. So let's create a spelling error there. Just a couple of places there. That will do. That's fine. So I know you can do a spell check by just hovering over it, 2-finger tap, and then it will give you the option there as well. But I want you to try and use this option here. So I'm going to tap into the first spelling error, and you can see underneath I've got an option there to change it quickly. So I could go right, powerful, it's exactly what I want. Click on professional, tap once, and again I could ignore all. Or I could add it to dictionary if it's a word that's not normally, it's not a word that's not in the dictionary, but you want it to. I can show context and show synonyms as well. So that could be really handy for you. And there you go, spell check done. So that brings us, I know I'm going a bit quick, but I still want to get you up and running without boring the life out of you. So I'm going to click into this document, we'll use prediction. So I've turned it on, you see it highlighted here. I can now type what I want in there. And I was just going to do hop, as you can see. So that can come up here, and if you look at hop, F1, so if I select the shortcut key, I think on the Mac, but you better double check its function, and then F1. But double check, because sometimes you might be changing another setting. You might freeze your keyboard or whatever, so have a little look at that and play with that. But I'm going to select for me FN and F1. And let's put one more in there, shall we? So I'm going to do medical. It hasn't come up yet, so I need to do a bit more. And there you go. Medical medication. It's good actually because it helps you structure and organise your sentences as well if you're struggling with putting words in. So I know hot medication don't mean anything, but just an example there. And there you go. So there's your prediction. Tap off it. Just a quick thing. If you do like the prediction, go to settings and select predict. You've got a basic dictionary here, but you can expand that. For example, Word UK Dictionary 47,000 words. I would leave these ticked, automatically add new words, spell check words before adding. So as you're typing in, it adds words automatically prediction. So if you have a specific degree you're doing or certain information you're using, analogies, and it will add them for you. So it just makes the prediction more accurate for you as well. But if I actually go to window as well, you can have the list in that prediction window if you want it alphabetical or list by likelihood. It's up to you again how you want to set those options. And maybe you don't want the pictures, they don't help you. And again, in that prediction window that popped up, you can change the colours and the fonts and the backgrounds. Last of all, training. Now, if you've got a Word document, for example, and it's on, let's say it's on physics or something, and you want to add those words to prediction, just select here, begin training when you've got a Word document open, and it will analyse those words and only add words to the dictionary that's not already in there. Okay, or you can copy it if you want. So if you do Command A to highlight all, then Command C to copy to clipboard, and you can select here, train from clipboard, and begin training, and it will copy everything from clipboard and select close. So that's another good option there. Now I've shown you save audio, so you can save anything as an audio file. So this takes us to extras. Now I'm not going to go through all the extras with you, just a few bits. Right, let's see what we've got in extras that would be helpful. Calculator, straightforward. Claro Capture could be useful. Just going to open this Word document and get rid of it. Right, continue as I don't have the full version. Now I'm going to drag this over, see how this works. Now say you did a bit of research online. So let's open up Safari. Let's come out of there. Let's just go to an everyday website, shall we? I'll just go BBC News as an example. Again, doesn't matter too much. And then grab any link will do. Right, so you do a bit of research online and you like the look of something there. You can use the screen option as well, just put a rectangle around whatever you want. And it puts the text automatically in them for you as well. Or you could use the selected option when the text is highlighted and use that option if you wish as well. You can copy into clipboard. You can also send that information you've gathered here from research to Microsoft Word. So you've got all your research organised in there as well. And let me close that. Just a quick point. If you get issues with that working at all, go to Apple, System Preferences. Make sure you go to your option, Security and Privacy. You probably notice you've got a Mac anyway. And go down to Accessibility. Unlock your padlock. And just check you've enabled your Claro Capture and Claro Read Plus in there, or it will not work properly. Okay, because it's got security, a lot of security on the Mac, so you're going to have to allow things through. Okay. If you don't want that text there, you can just click and get rid of it there. So that brings us extras. What else have we got in there? Quick. That's for mind mapping. If you're into mind mapping, normally I'd recommend something like Inspiration or MindView, but you can create your own mind mapping here, get your main idea in the middle, and then work off that. So if I double tap, you can start adding information. Essay, for example, tap off it and you can build your ideas and then link them to other ideas. Come top left hand corner, you can then export your mind map to work with on your Mac. And then you can choose where you're going to save it to as a Word document. So that's a bit of mind mapping. Also in extras, you've got an option called Claro PDF. Now what this does is it reads back a PDF as a PDF without converting it. So if I go File and select Open Local Drives, I'm going to choose that PDF earlier. So now if I click on the beginning, and it should play back with the playback button.
95 Gramsci's Politics is an ambitious title. How, from among the fragmentary,
So if you need to read something as a PDF, because converting it sometimes can change around the tables and that's your option there to do research on. What else we've got in extras? Claro View, that's pretty good. Gives you a little tint on the screen. You don't have to have dyslexia to use this. You can use this if you struggle with brightness. I don't know whether you can see the tint or not on the Mac, but I've got green tint here, so play with it yourself when you open it, and then you can change, because if you do use an overlay colour, you've probably got a code that you can add in as well if you wish on here, but I'm just playing around with the colours here. So if I come to the next option at the top, then you can add your codes in there if need be as well. But it just helps with the glare if you're doing it from the glare of the screen, if you're doing a lot of research and stuff as well. Okay, so close that and come back out of there. And if I drag that down, we can get rid of that as well. Also in extras, I think screen ruler could be useful. Click continue, and you can see how that's working. I don't know if you can see that, but it brings up this little ruler line where it's highlighting for you, so you can actually see the text and concentrate on it. It works on Word, Safari, Google, absolutely anything you want. If you come to the top of the screen, you've got your mode in case you want an underline, you feel that works better for you. But I prefer the ruler. And then if you come to the right, you can choose the size. I recommend probably using the shortcut keys there, save you time as well. And there you go. You can shade in for the rest of the screen above, and you can use your color and opacity there and make it darker if you wish, so you can concentrate on the text better. Come to the top and you can quit it. So remember what I told you earlier? If I open up again, other extra applications without needing to open Claro Read. Thought I'd just show you that quick. And that's basically it. Last of all, settings. I showed you speech quickly there. You've got the highlight option, so as it's reading back in a Word document, you can choose what to highlight, what colour, and if it's a paragraph or sentence. View option there. That's the view bar at the top that I showed you earlier when you drag it to the top. So you can choose your toolbar buttons up there as well. And check homophones there. And you can add homophones there, by the way. If it's not coming out with a homophone you struggle with, well then you could just type it in here. I'll just put this in as an example. So say the homophones you struggle with, hello and mellow, sound kind of the same. And then you can put the description in there of the word. So when hello comes up, it will give you the option of mellow. So you always know if you struggle with that word, it's going to come up. And you also comes up with your spelling as there. And good point with this is you can do a spelling report as well and bring them all up if you want and check where your spellings are a bit weak. Then we've got predict that I showed you earlier. And then when you scan in from a scanner, remember. There goes. There's a quick overview on Claro Read Plus. Hope it helps. Thanks for watching.